Welcome to Environmental Biology at Sacramento City College. My name is Kristen Schulte. I'm your professor for this class, but you can just call me Kristen. I'm going to post this video as like an introduction so you get an idea of how lectures will work in this class, and then you can get some important information through a video. Okay, so a little bit about me since we don't get to see each other in person. I just wanted to let you know that I am a person with a lot on my plate. So wanted to explain that a bit. I'm a Sac City transfer student myself. I took classes in the bio department at Sac City before I transferred to Sac State. Got my bachelor's and my master's at Sac State. I am a wife and a mom. I've got two beautiful children. I have ADHD. My kids have some of their own spiciness going on. And the reason that I am divulging my medical history to you is to normalize the fact that some of us have a neurotype that, has its own flavors and spectrums going on, and I think it very much informs my teaching philosophy. I also have some physical disabilities, which informs some of those things. And if any of you, even think that you have a hint of a disability, if others of you have a diagnosis, I encourage you to reach out to DSPS, the department on campus, to get accommodations for not only this class, but for all of your classes. College is, its own bundle of struggle and difficulty, and there is no reason to make it harder on yourself when accommodations can be put in place to level the playing field. That is my personal belief. Feel free to reach out to me if you have any questions about that.
I had to re-record this part because I just caught an error that I said when I was rewatching this, so I want to update it. So I'm an adjunct professor, basically meaning part-time. I am also in my, if we split my brain into many pieces, one of those pieces is that I'm a field biologist. Meaning I have to travel and do field work to work on my study species. I am currently working on a large grant for ringtails, which are a California native and fully protected mammal. I've been working with ringtails now for 7 years, 8 years, including, this is a baby ringtail in wildlife care, the ringtails in live traps. I've trapped them. I've worked with scat. I've worked with museum bone specimens. I've set hair snares to retrieve hair for genetics work. My field work is the entire state of California, which when I wrote the grant seemed really dope, but now I'm realizing California is huge. And so there will be times this semester where I will be traveling, I will be out of reception. It's not that you're not important to me or teaching's not important to me. I just have two jobs. So it's just a fact of, me being a biologist that sometimes I will be out of reception. I do my best to prioritize everything, but I am not perfect. And so if there's a time when I'm not getting back to you, it might be that either, I'm home with my kids and prioritizing them that day, or I'm out in the field. So I just wanted to let you know. Additionally, if you have any questions about field biology, about field work, about ringtails, please reach out to me. I could talk endlessly about them.
This is the little course description available in the course catalog. I have student support hours by appointment, so I'm open to timeframes that work for you. So please email me if you'd like to set up a Zoom meeting. Email is the best way to reach me. I do get Canvas alerts, like someone left you a message or whatever, but there's a delay, and it doesn't always seem to work seamlessly. It's better just to email me. Not only that, if you email me through Canvas and then it goes into it doesn't let me attach things, it has weird formatting errors, it's better just to type in my email and email me. You have to have access to something with an internet connection. What that software is up to you. And then our book, Essential Environment, The Science Behind the Stories. You can have the old edition. That is fine. I also have a link to a PDF in the course materials. So this could essentially be a zero cost course, I think. There is a field trip requirement of varying levels of cost, which is up to you. So I can't officially say it's a zero cost course, but I'm trying very hard to make it a zero cost course. Okay, so your responsibilities for this course is first and foremost regular Canvas access. You have to log in every week. When you decide to do that is your own business. I'm posting everything on Mondays. You have until Sunday to turn it in. But if have other classes Mondays and Tuesdays, but then you're free Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and that's when you want to focus on this course, that's up to you. Um, Homework, I'll go through quizzes, exams on the next couple slides, but this one, importantly, log into Canvas. So you will have a weekly homework worksheet. I say, print this out. You must have a physical, like paper copy. Why, you ask? This is your study guide. I allow you to use it open note for your quizzes and for your exams. You're like, what? You wanted to make this low cost and now you're saying print it out. I truly do not care if you write it on a napkin. Do not care. The whole reason it needs to be a physical copy is because if you keep it on your computer, when you're referencing it back and forth for your quizzes or for exams, Canvas will tell me that you're like Googling something and I take points off. So I need it to be your work. If you are like fully invested, you print it out, you're Googling while you're doing your homework, you make this like beautiful study guide, and then you log into your quiz and you don't jump windows, but you have like all of this material, fine, because that's still you doing work versus I'm just going to take the quiz. I didn't do the homework, jumping around. What is this? AI? Cool. Bump, plug that in. Like, Canvas, A, will alert me that you're jumping windows. B, I notice when things don't sound like humans wrote them. C, I am a super annoying elder millennial that will be like, kids these days with their AI. And I will like put it into an AI checker and you get an F in the course. And if, plagiarism is your favorite thing or whatever, you get like red flags on your record and you can get kicked out of college. Like, it sucks. Don't do it. I am setting you up for the most success, more so than any professor I've ever had in my life. I'm telling you, get a piece of paper, write the homework question, read your book, listen to my lecture. I give you all the answers in lecture, write it down. When the quiz comes, you go, what? That? Oh, it's here. I wrote it down. That's it. Question C, whatever. I'm making this course like the grades in my courses are typically all A's and B's. There's no reason everyone can't get an A. I'm telling you now, cheat sheet, homework. It's like bonkers wonderful for you. So don't hurt my feelings. Don't like screw me over and be a cheater, because it is my job to teach you and I'm trying to teach you, but it's not my job to be a cop and be like, oh, detective work, got to find out how they're cheating, because then I get angry. That's not my job, and I don't like doing things that aren't the job that I like. Okay, so like I said, then you have quizzes, weekly quizzes off that weekly homework. Asynchronous, meaning you don't have to log in a certain time to take them. You can take them whenever you want. You have 20 minutes to complete it once you start it. So, like, you start, it opens, it closes after 20 minutes. That's just what Canvas is set to do. But it is open note. However, it's open your note, remember, not on the computer, because there's something called the quiz log auditing feature on Canvas. Canvas will be like, oh, they closed this window this time, then they went back to question 2. Then they were away from their quiz screen for 3 minutes and 42 seconds. Like, it's very technical. It gives me a bunch of red flags. I will be absolutely taking points off if you get red flags. I don't just go like, oh, they're, hopping around windows, like, whatever. I will be taking points off. I will be taking increasing points off as the semester goes on, because I get that you're still trying to figure me out and figure the course out at the beginning. But if we're, halfway through the semester and you're still getting all these red flags, I'm going to be 2 points off a red flag. And then all of a sudden you get all these zeros on your quizzes. The reason I'm such a hard ass about the red flags is because I'm letting you have open notes. So I'm setting you up for success, and if you're still failing yourself, that's not my problem. So what I do is I take the material from your quizzes. You have 3 quizzes before you have an exam, and then I make those questions a little bit harder on the exam. The homework prepares you for the quizzes prepare you for the exams. The exams are basically just long quizzes. They are also asynchronous, meaning you've got, 60 minutes to complete it once you start it, but you don't have to start it at any specific time. They are never cumulative, so it's just on that past 3 weeks material. Again, the quiz log auditing feature is on, so if you jump through windows, you're getting red flags. If I'm noticing a trend of everyone jumping around, there is a software through our college called Honor Lock, where I'm going to make everyone come at the times that we're supposed to be taking exams and take your exam. And it's the software program where I get to stare at you taking the exam or whatever. And then it's so-and-so looked away. So-and-so said something. This person, and it's it tells me all of every time your eyeballs are like this, they're whoa, they're not looking. It's super sketchy and annoying. I do not want to have to see you when you're taking your exams. I mean, I'm happy to see you. I love you, whatever. But I don't want to be it's weird to me. Don't make me a creep. Just don't cheat, okay? There is a field trip requirement for this course. It is a self-led, self-directed field trip, meaning you don't meet with a group. I don't take you anywhere. I don't tell you when to go. It's just that I have some worksheets available to locations that the in-person environmental biology class has gone. So we already have the material, and then you go whenever you want, whenever works in your schedule, before the due date that is posted in Canvas. And then you fill out the worksheet, take a couple pictures of yourself there, and then get 50 points. So there's a whole paragraph on student conduct in your syllabus, but just to, walk through it with you, don't plagiarize and don't cheat. Don't be a nasty liar to me. I don't like that. The drop deadline is on Canvas and will be in the syllabus. I will drop whoever doesn't show up within the first 2 weeks of class, and then after that it's on you. You just start accumulating zeros if you don't show up. It's a real bummer. So if you need to drop. Additionally, there's no retroactive withdrawals, so you can drop with with no notation on your transcript until a certain time in the semester, and then you get a W, a withdrawal, that doesn't affect your GPA. But if you get past that deadline and you just stop showing up, and then you're oh, well, I meant to drop back earlier in the semester, Kristen, can you give me a W? I can't. So I have no power. So that's something you're going to need to be mature about and take care of yourself. So like I've said a couple times already, I can only be as cool as you let me be. we are still in a system of letter grades. I can't give everyone happy faces and sparkles on their transcript. We have A, B, C, D, F. We don't even have pluses and minuses on this campus. I don't know why. But anyway, I still have to give letter grades. I still have to make sure that you're accountable. I can't just be like, super hippie professor that's like, everyone tried, A plus. No pluses. You know what I meant. But that being said, I also don't like punishing students or running a tight ship. I like to consider myself as a person who just was hired to teach this class because I have experience in this field and we are all equals. We're all just hanging out together, but I have the responsibility of keeping you accountable. Please stay in contact with me. Grandma, grandpa's sick, your kid's sick, your car broke down, boyfriend, girlfriend, whoever hurt your feelings, you need like an extra day, email me. I'm a human person too. Deadlines can sneak up. I get it. I'm on deadlines all the time that sneak up on me. Stay in contact with me. Schedule office hours if you're having a hard time. I'm here to guide you and lead you. That is my job. I hope that you don't consider me, inaccessible or scary or someone you can't talk to. It is always better to reach out when you're feeling stressed than it is to start missing assignments and then go, hey, 3 weeks ago, I was having a hard time. Can I make that up? I'd be like, well, no, why didn't you email me then? Because like I said, I am still stuck in this box as well that I have to grade you by. I'm here to help. We're all in this together. Welcome to environmental biology.